everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Bits and Caffeine, this time with a new and improved Season 2. Am I right, Alex?
Yep, it's new and it's improved. Yeah, we have sound bites now.
Just completely cut you off in the middle of that with that. You know the best part? If we don't figure out how to save that audio, it's stuck. No one's going to hear anything, and we'll just hear us laughing about it.
I'm content with that. Yes, it's new and improved Season 2. We got some things we want to change, especially with how we're like uploading and stuff like that. But
we're gonna actually use our social media for once.
Mm-hmm.
We have a new social media. We are now uploading our content onto TikTok as well. A couple other smaller things. We had some updates to some UI for us. Hopefully to update the web UI as well in a little bit. But that's about it. You still got the same old Alex and Skylar setup, as well as the same basic setup for an episode. We're going to start off talking about some news, talking about whatever we want to talk about with some nice little small talk, going to ad break. And yes, before anyone asks, we do have ads. It is not official ads for us, but it's more of we're using a different hosting service for our podcast, and we want to put ads on that just to kind of see how that all the system works. Do we get any money from it? Probably not, but it's still interesting. I don't know. We're just learning as we go.
Yeah.
On top of that, after that, we will be going over to Host Trials, the episode of Host Trials, where you can find the video on YouTube, and we will also be posting shorts. So it's a little bit, it's like a best of both worlds. It's best of everything. We're still working on it at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, but for this episode of the daily news, or not daily, but the bite-sized weekly news, we have a couple news. I'm going to go over some of the gaming news. I'm going to take it over to Alex. We'll talk about some tech news for a little bit. Kind of just talk about some random stuff from time to time. I think more of our focus now should just be on multiple smaller things in news instead of one big thing in news.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good idea since the last couple months there hasn't been any major news for us to talk about for an extended period of time.
Yeah, so we should just mix gaming and tech news. Starting off first, one of the main things I want to talk about is kind of more of a recent thing that's been coming out, which is Capcom. They're currently adding new DRM to old PC games, which worries a bunch of the people who like to mess with game files or mod. These are games that are decently old. Some old types of games. We have games from the early 2010s that are now getting DRM software onto them. Do you know what DRM is?
I actually do not.
Can you guess? Or can you guess what it means?
I mean, I could make some guesses, but none of them would be correct, I'm sure.
It is digital rights management. Basically allows for people not to edit game files or stop people from piracy.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a couple little things for DRM. A lot of people don't like DRM, especially because of certain things slowing down the game. One popular DRM service is Denvo. I can't read it. It's DENUVO.
Okay.
But basically just allows for anti-tampering for game development, so people don't basically tear your game apart. Which is, I mean, it's okay. Apparently it hurts game performance is one thing. I don't think it fully stops people from cracking a game, but it'll definitely kind of put a big wall in the way.
Yeah.
Obviously, game development or game developers love that kind of thing where people can't tamper with it, but people don't like it. It's kind of like a mixed crowd, basically.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, so it's interesting, but just the weird thing about it, like obviously new games nowadays they're having DRM services. If you're buying a game on Steam, you can see that it has a DRM on it. It could be any kind of DRM setup. Steam has its own little DRM setup, but nothing too crazy. But adding that to older games is a little weird. it's getting insane amounts of pushback right now. What are your thoughts?
I don't know. I definitely understand as if I were to have made a game, published it, and I've got a problem with hackers or with if I want to make my game more secure and I want it to be more like the way I initially intended it, then I guess I understand. But I also understand how someone who's been playing the game for, I don't know how old some of these are, but I'm just gonna guess 4 or 5 years. I can understand the whole idea of you expect it to perform a certain way and now it performs less, even if it is supposed to be for your benefit. I definitely could understand why they could have some problems with performance, but also they had a certain mod or that they were modding it in a certain way and now they can't use that. I could understand why that could piss some people off for sure.
I also definitely think that with older games, this is maybe a controversial and maybe illegal topic, but I think that piracy is important for these older games, especially when they're online and not CD, because obviously games can disappear like crazy. Just taking it off the Steam store, you could lose that game, and kind of having it as a digital treasure trove of this piracy for it, that you can still have the game. It still exists somewhere online. It's still good to kind of keep around, Game development or game devs will take it offline, but we still have them around to enjoy later on. Do I agree? Do I think you should pirate? Don't pirate.
Wink, wink.
But wink. In some other news, let's keep it going here a little bit more. Looks like Starfield is talking about that it's getting a big update. Now, what this big update includes, looks like it's just fixes to bugs, insane top-tier improvements for textures, particularly with the character models, and some other smaller things. I think the character models and the textures are the main issue. I don't see a problem with them. It does feel like the game is still a little old for its time. But
yeah, I think that's kind of a product of the fact that it's been in development for, I don't remember exactly how long it's been, but something like a decade, I think, where it initially from concept to release, I think it's been a really long time. So it has, products of pre-Fallout 4, but for, of course the release came out 5, 6, 7 years after. So I guess I kind of understand why that has some parts of the game at least could feel a little old.
Yeah. I can see. I feel like the game does need an update for that, so I would love to see where they go with that. There's a couple other updates I would love for the game, but we're gonna skip over that one for now.
You just want to not get soft locked.
Yeah, that'd be great. Some other things, some more. Let's do some quick fire gaming topics. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown has a character that's voiced by a text to speech program.
Interesting.
I don't know much about that topic. I just read the title.
So, does it create its own lines as the game goes, or
from the looks of it, I think it may just be
just set voice
text to speech. Yeah,
interesting.
That's
it good?
Weird.
Oh, I guess
I have no idea. I'm just reading it off to see. I'm just trying to find some stupid topics that are
fair.
Oh.
I would be interested to see, I guess, how that worked. Because I'm sure there might be a couple times where the voice inflection does not match, but then other times where it's actually pretty good. But I could imagine some times where they should be. What game was this? Prince of Persia, you said?
Prince of Persia.
Okay, I was about to say something about gunfire, but then I realized that's not related. But no, I could imagine some stressful moments in the game where the text to speech doesn't really do very well with the inflections. So that's where I was going with gunfire, under fire. It's get down, but then it's get down. It could be a little interesting. Yeah. I'm interested to hear that maybe at some point.
Get down. Let's take a look. What else we got here on the gaming news as of recently? I can think of a couple things, but I want to see if this one was okay. Gaming voice actors blindsided by garbage union AI deals. This is an article by BBC, by the way.
Okay. So is this related to the last thing?
This is no. This is actually,
I think so,
maybe.
kind of.
So we all know about the Actors Guild doing the what do you call it? Oh my god, what's it called? I can't think of what it's called.
You mean, I remember a writer's strike, but I don't really remember any like actors thing. Or there was like an actors thing, I guess, too. Maybe I can't remember.
Yeah, they were doing a writer's strike.
SAG-AFTRA.
Well,
SAG. Yeah.
Well, guess who made a deal? SAG-AFTRA made a deal with AI firm Replica Studios to allow for voice actors for games to basically not rent out their voice, but allow for companies to take their voice and basically make it into whatever they want to say. For a good example for this is the finals, where they had their voice, their announcers were AI. It was people talking, but then AI would work with those voices and make them say things in relation to what's going on in the gameplay. So basically, this deal would allow for AI to take people's voices and make them whatever, but at the same time would allow for those voice actors to then also get paid for that.
Okay, interesting.
But from this article, it looks like the gaming voice actors are saying we're blindsided, which, I mean, there could be multiple different reasons. What are your thoughts on having or allowing for AI voices in gaming, especially with coming from an actual voice actor?
What do you mean coming from an actual voice actor?
No, I'm saying like the voices are coming from an actual voice actor, but then they're being changed by AI to say what they want to say.
I was thinking you were kind of referring to our Lethal Company videos.
Yeah, everyone's calling you a voice actor because your screams.
I won't lie; those are actually really good screams and genuine. But yeah, no, I guess So SAG-AFTRA, or whatever that's called, I think I kind of butchered that. So they are the ones that made the deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
And but like how much say, I guess, did the actual voice actors have in that?
I have no idea. I honestly have no clue.
Fair.
That is an area of expertise that I am not aware of.
That's fair. I think,
but voice actors are not happy from the looks of it. Calling it things like big mistake, garbage, disappointing.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I would imagine at least to some degree, the voice actors would have to sign off on it, on their voice being used by this. But I mean, I would at least imagine that's probably how it has to work. So I don't think I don't really see too much of an issue with that, as long as the voice actor is signing off on giving away their voice, and eventually, of course, they will get paid as it's used. But yeah, I don't see too much of an issue with that myself. But I guess if for some reason they don't have to sign something, if like, the companies at this point can just take their voices if they worked with them in the past, I could imagine that they could be pretty pissed by that. I could see that.
I probably would, honestly.
Yeah.
If I didn't have a say in that kind of situation and that stuff happened, I mean,
yeah. But I feel like if they did have a say, if they, if it comes down to the point where for that to happen, you have to, like, the actor has to write it off on it and stuff like that, then yeah, I don't see too much of an issue with that. Not myself, at least.
Yeah.
What you got next?
In other news, Valve Software has decided to put some new rules allowing for AI-powered game development. AI-powered games are now allowed on Steam. You just have to follow a lot of rules in place.
I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
Looks like they will allow for, from the looks of it, looks like they're allowing for generative art in it, but you have to give reasoning on, or you have to show how this AI will not accidentally generate illegal stuff that's not okay,
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah,
and
for sure.
They will have a reporting system for users to report that. Some of the things they will not allow AI games for is a good one would be adult content on Steam. Adult content games they will not be allowing AI for what I'm aware of. This is, I don't need to explain why. That's obvious because you can get into
that would have been my first guess.
Yeah, that would have been a lot of trouble there. People don't like that. People don't like AI content being on Steam. But honestly, who cares? The amount of shovelware that's on Steam, it doesn't really matter at this point. The amount of adult puzzle games that are on Steam for like $1, I really don't care. It's already like I kind of wish we went a little bit more back to the point where we on Steam we had what was it? It was like with Steam the green light system wasn't the best system, but it allowed for not crappy games to be on Steam like that. Some of the quick shots are Steam. Steam has now not called out, but Valve has asked Portal 64 developers to cease projects. This was just a Portal game on that's supposed to like look and play on the 64. Called off because of Nintendo, because Valve has concerns that Nintendo will go after them legally. I'm getting a call.
I can hear that.
Yeah, what's up? Yeah, one sec. Content.
I'm not gonna sing if that's what you're talking about. I just recited the national anthem. No, I'm kidding.
And we're gonna finish this off by another Valve topic because we love Valve topics. Am I right?
You may.
Valve has now sent a what is it called? Oh my god, I don't remember the name of it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my god, what's it called? DMCA. Yeah, Valve has now sent a DMCA claim to developers of TF2 Source. This is a project allowing for them to take the TF2 game and bring it into Source 2.
Oh, okay. That's like Counter-Strike 2 stuff, right? That's where that is. Okay. I don't know Valve that much, so.
You know, you like Unity and Unreal Engine game development, right? You know those software. Yeah. Source 2 is just one of those.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just saying, like, just kind of connect it because I don't really know Valve that well. So that's their new what are those? Game engine. Game engine. Yes, that word.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, so people are not happy with that because it's like, oh wow, you don't care about your community anymore. It's like, well, yeah, you're copy and pasting our whole game into another game. So
fair. Is that how people kind of took CS2?
Not really. No, because this is so the TF2 source is not Valve run. CS2 was Valve run. This is a fan project.
Oh, okay.
So that's why people aren't happy with it. But anyways, ending the game news here. Everybody listening in, hashtag save TF2. All right, Alex, what do you got for tech news?
I don't really have any tech news. I mean, I can pull up something real quick.
Some tech news. What do we got for tech news?
What I would have is the worst hacks of 23, but Wired doesn't let me stay on there. So here,
yeah, because you're not allowed to have a ad blocker.
Yeah. Oh, is that what that is? That makes sense.
Probably.
Here.
Most sites are like that nowadays.
Okay, I got a good one. Randomly. So this one's on The Verge. And it's that Google just confirmed that it laid off over 1,000 employees, or around 1,000 employees.
Woo!
Not entirely what for, but I think it's part of the hardware team that's responsible for Pixel, Nest, and Fitbit products.
Well, you know what? Discord laid off 70% of their employees recently, too.
Really?
Yep. All tech places are laying off employees right now. It's crazy.
Dang. Yeah.
Because they're realizing they hired on way too many people.
I guess that makes sense. I mean, especially even just from where I work, I could imagine some people could go.
I could think of some people from your work too.
I can think of a few people that could go.
Here we go. We got one from neowin.com. Microsoft wants you to use Copilot as soon as your widescreen PC starts. Looks like Microsoft is now trying to force users to use Copilot. And do you know what Copilot is?
That's some one of their AI things, right?
That's the
deep learning.
That's the Bing AI system or the Edge AI system. Which actually it's not that bad. I use it from time to time, but force.
Yeah, it sounds like they're trying to get data, honestly, which which I guess makes sense. You know, those things run off of getting as much data as they can, so they want to get as much data as they can. So the moment your PC starts, I can imagine they probably want that. So
yeah, and if you the viewer does not want this personalization Copilot on Windows on startup, you can go to settings, personalization Copilot on Windows, and toggle that off. Anyways, some other news. It looks like data regulators are finding HelloFresh, that company that gives you the food every week or whatever. Looks like they're finding them about 140,000 pounds for sending 800 million spam messages. That is between text messages to emails of bombarding people about getting their food. But it looks like most likely with those 80 million spam messages, they probably made more than enough money to pay off that 140K.
Maybe, yeah. Those I've looked into some things like HelloFresh and stuff like that. It's never really a good deal, but I mean, if you're super busy, I could imagine, you know, you might want to save a little bit of time and just get the food. But yeah, like honestly, one subscription for that for a month is a lot of money, and if they got enough of those, they could pay that off. Yeah, that's a lot of spam though.
Yeah, that's an insane amount of spam. Some other things, it looks like the White House really wants us to switch over to electrical vehicles because they're funding another $623 million to boost the vehicle charging points. Charging points, I'm fine with that, but don't force us to switch over to electric vehicles because sure as hell won't.
Yeah, that's fair.
Not my forte. Let's see. What else has we got here? What's some other fun things? Unless you have something while I'm looking.
No, I've been looking through, really only small bits like, there's one. Apparently people are having issues copying and pasting on iPhones. I already mentioned this to Skylar, but that's apparently The Verge has to write an entire thing about that. Because why not?
Never had that issue once, and I have 2 iPhones that I use actually very regularly.
Well, that's probably why you don't have the issue. You know, that's probably for people that don't really know how to use their Apple products. For another one that's also Apple product related, there's an Apple Watch ban. I don't know what about.
There's an Apple Watch ban because of a product in the Apple Watch is
patented issue. Okay.
Yeah, so they have a patent issue, so they have to ban it. I think it's already back actually as we're speaking.
Okay.
But,
yeah. Really? This came.
Yeah,
that's right. That's literally like 2 weeks old.
Yeah. Ooh, this is a good one. Oh, we got a good one here from TechCrunch. It looks like Brave Search can now deliver results for programming queries.
Oh, so Brave Search can do that. Interesting.
Brave Search can now, yeah.
I knew like the Bing AI and stuff like that were already kind of pretty decent with it. I know not amazing, but I've seen some pretty good stuff come out of that. So yeah, that's interesting with Brave Search now. Is that like AI backed or just like?
So it's an AI powered thing called Code LLM for programming related queries. So it'll search through and give you a step-by-step process like you would in a AI or in a ChatGPT that'll explain to you and write you up how to build a code based on what you want.
Interesting. Yeah.
Write me a code in machine learning, please. That would be lovely.
Better write me a code in machine code. That'll be hard to read.
Oh my god!
Just a bunch of ones and zeros.
But yeah,
better. We'll go with assembly. That might be a little bit easier.
Well, that's not bad. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different, like, smaller news. We've been kind of really hoping for some big news we can talk about. It's been kind of up in the air as of recently. We got some other smaller things I'm not really going to go too deep into. One being that the Switch 2 hardware was released. I don't have that pulled up, so I can't go through the specifics of it, but that's interesting to know that Switch 2 is coming out. I mean, their market has definitely been, they've definitely added a lot to the market as of recently. Not them, but handheld with a bunch of other companies.
Steam as well and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's a couple other things. Anyways, just like that, I think we're going to be heading off to break, and we will be back for host trials, and you all should check that out. Yeah.
I do recommend you check it out.
I am extremely exhausted, if you can't tell. But yeah, we will be back right after these messages. Bye-bye! I was going to say bye. You're just going to stand there, huh?
No. I'll say bye at the end of everything. I'm going to stand here for now.
I'm going to keep this on the recording.
Okay. Well, you're going to have like 20 seconds until I eventually give in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, how's the wife?
Great. She's great,
That's
bro.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Bye, guys.
Welcome back to Bits and Caffeine. We're back for another episode of Host Trials. In this episode of Host Trials, we have Alex here.
Hi, I'm here.
Such a long delay in between that. Jesus. Alex, can you explain to us what Host Trials is?
Sure. So essentially, Host Trials is two different clips that we take for our podcast. The first one of us will bring a game. We'll talk about it a little bit. Then we'll go in, we'll play the game. And then the second part of the podcast, we'll come back after we play the game and kind of talk about what happened, do our ratings, talk about what we liked and disliked about the game, etc.
Yes, and with that, I bring another game to the table. This time, in this episode, we have Left 4 Dead. Alex, what's your thought on zombie shooters?
I haven't really played too many zombie shooters. I feel like Call of Duty is probably the one I played the most, just like their zombies mode and stuff like that. And never really like the biggest fan of that, but I'm pretty confident from the stuff I've seen from Left 4 Dead. I'm pretty confident it's a very different type of game. So that's interesting.
I mean, when it comes down to it, I was never a fan of playing zombie games on Call of Duty, but when it came to Left 4 Dead, that was the only kind of zombie experience that I would actually play.
That's fair. Okay. Of all Call of Duty zombies or zombie modes, my favorite, and I think we actually kind of talked about this before, but my favorite is actually not zombies. It's Extinction from Call of Duty Ghosts.
And now this podcast is canceled. Thank you all so much for watching for the last couple months that we've been recording.
Yeah,
it's been fun. We brought up Ghosts now. This is the end of the podcast.
On a controversial opinion, but Ghosts is nowhere near as bad as people thought it was when it came out. Controversial.
I don't think any Call of Duty is as bad as everyone thought it was when it came out. Period. Yeah. Any type of Call of Duty, but it's Call of Duty.
Except for Vanguard, maybe. Not gonna lie.
Except for Advanced Warfare.
I liked Advanced Warfare. I'm not gonna lie. It was new. It was very new. That's fair.
I didn't like the exosuits. No matter what, I just did not like them.
No, that's fair. I enjoyed it. It was very, very, very different. So, yeah.
All right, back on topic now. This is it. We're not talking about Activision right now. We're talking about Valve. Valve Software made Left 4 Dead 2. We're going to be playing Left 4 Dead 2 instead of Left 4 Dead 1 because Left 4 Dead 1, all of its content is in Left 4 Dead 2, so it doesn't matter. It is literally a copy and paste game at the beginning of that, and then they added in a new campaign for Left 4 Dead 2, but kept the old one for Left 4 Dead 1. Anyways, Left 4 Dead 2 came out back in, I think it was 2009, about 7 days after my birthday. I was 9 years old. The only reason, as a kid, the only reason I remembered this game was because of that cover art. Do you know what cover art I'm talking about before Left 4 Dead?
No, I don't think so. Is it like the one with the hand?
The hand, yeah. Okay. I don't know why. When I was a kid and I went to GameStop, I would see that hand on the cover art for an Xbox game, and it just stuck with me because it's so cool.
Yeah.
Alex, you want to give a shot and try to explain what it is in a audio sense to listeners if they don't know what it is? Try to explain it.
What Left 4 Dead is?
No, try to explain the cover art.
All I know is because you sent it to me. All I know is that it's a hand, but it's missing a thumb. Is that it? But it's the thumb's gone, and you can kind of see through the hand. It's like a zombie hand, and you can tell. But yeah, it's also kind of giving a little peace sign.
Did you just call it a peace sign?
Yeah, kind of. Like
what's the name of the
what?
What's the name of the game?
Left 4 Dead 2. Yeah, so it's like
it's the number 2. Okay.
Kind of. Yeah, but it's kind of like a peace sign with the way it's going.
I don't know why that stuck out to me as a kid. When I saw that for the first time, I was like, "Wow!"
Yeah,
I was like, "I want to play that game," but I don't think I got around to playing it until I don't think it was on the Orange Box. I don't know. I don't know when I got to play.
The Orange Box?
Playing it. Yeah, the Orange Box.
What's the Orange Box?
The Orange Box was a console exclusive made by Valve that had a bunch of their games packed into one. It was Portal 1 and 2, TF2. But okay, no, Left 4 Dead wasn't in it because then it was also Half-Life 2 and then all the episode 1 and 2.
Okay, got it.
So Left 4 Dead was its own thing. But anyways, we're going to be playing this today, even though there's a couple popular games out right now. I got to go back to the old times and enjoy Left 4 Dead. Right now, currently, Left 4 Dead, even though it's, I think, 2009, it's old.
Mm-hmm.
We're still looking at about 30,000 players active right now.
Wow.
Which is
that's
absolutely crazy. When you go back and take a look at a game that came out in 2021, Back 4 Blood, which, same game style, they put in their promotional art and whatnot saying, from the creators of Left 4 Dead. Even though if you look through the credits, only 6 people are from the Left 4 Dead thing. It's just the studio itself. But
got it.
That's currently running around 3,000 active players right now. And then Left 4 Dead 1, I have no idea. I don't think anyone plays Left 4 Dead 1.
Well, I think Left 4 Dead 2, and I could be wrong about this, but that's one with that's heavily modded, right? There's a lot of mods behind it. That's probably the reason that a lot of people are playing it.
Yeah, and I think the reason, and I mean, this always comes down to every single time I talk about a game or whatnot. It's, if you want your game to last as long as it will last, you have to add community support, and Left 4 Dead 2 does not shy away from community support at all.
Mm-hmm.
It is insane. When I say customizable, I'm talking more along the lines of, do you want to have a new map? Here's a new map that someone made on the Hammer engine. You want Among Us icon as your health meter? Go for it. Hey, you want to completely change the weapons to a game that you like rather than that? Go for it. Hey, you want all the characters of Left 4 Dead to be anime girls? Yeah, go for that. It's literally like... It's just crazy the amount of add-ons and whatnot that you can add to it. It's insane. On top of it, I can go through a little bit here. We're looking at pistols. They have 3,500 different items on the community store to change them.
3,500. That's
Weapons in general have 30,000. Models have 16,000. It's a lot to add in, and I think that just adds on to the.
Can you just see, is there a number of just all the mods? All the mods that are there on the workshop?
No. No, I don't see that, no.
Okay. All right. Because I imagine it would probably be insanely high, probably in the millions, tens of millions.
Okay, I have one here, actually. 137,385. That's what
that's less than I thought.
That's a lot less than I thought.
Still a lot, but that's less than I thought.
No, it's a lot less than I thought. But it looks like there's still oh, that's definitely not it. I just clicked on a different tab and it changed the number to higher.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, crap. I was trying to figure out if there was a way that I could see that. Well, whatever.
I was just wondering.
Anyways, but yeah, Left 4 Dead 2, it just has its own little community that has just stayed alive, and it's a fun game. Mm-hmm. Even though it's the same game over and over again, you could have so many different mods that it just completely changes the game. It's insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, so looking over here, why don't we bring a little bit of the good fun reviews into it?
All right.
We got some people. So these reviews are taken from the official Steam store for the game. Let's see here. Let's take a look. What the hell? I was trying to find reviews.
I mean, I've got some. I'll say, like, to start it off, when you're looking at the reviews, I don't think there are very many games that have been out as long as this one has, in which the reviews are that high and are overwhelmingly positive on both, like, on all and recent. So,
yeah,
that's
lot.
already a big notch.
All right, here we go.
My dad left me for dead.
It's not about killing zombies. It's about protecting 3 idiots that do everything in their power to die. Yeah, my parents are divorcing. Oh my god. This game is about 4 people who have taken so many pills and think everyone around them are zombies and go on a mass murdering spree.
That's an interesting way to look at that, I guess.
I modded this game, so now I don't know what it's about. Something to do with a virus and Shriek running at you shouting donkey. Oh, Shrek. Oh my god. I think I remember. Oh my lord. But yeah, in general, this has 80,000 or 800,000 some reviews.
Yeah.
I think Left 4 Dead 2 is going to be around for a long time. But anyways, let's get into the actual gameplay. If you guys want to take a look at that gameplay, you can check it out at Bits and Caffeine on YouTube. Or go to bitsandcaffeine.com and click on the wild YouTube button to get there. Do you have anything else left to add?
Nope. Just enjoyed, and I am excited to try out the game.
Alrighty, and we will see you all in a little bit. And we're back for the last part of this Byte-Sized weekly episode. And we're back from playing Left 4 Dead 2. Alex, what were your thoughts?
It was really fun. I won't lie, though. I think definitely for sure the mods definitely kept it alive. They were the heart of the game. Even when we were playing like the initial campaign, the stuff like the California girls dancing and the other stuff, that was definitely the mods that make this game what it is. But it was definitely pretty fun.
Yeah, we decided partway through to kind of just mess with some mods. Nothing too crazy, nothing that would change the game in any way. At the beginning, we just changed a couple of smaller things like dancing to California girls once you start healing and stuff like that. But yeah, we also switched over to just custom maps as well.
Yeah, that was definitely where it picked up. I won't lie. That was definitely where it got fun.
Yeah. So, what were your initial thoughts on the game? Kind of compared it to your older experiences with like Call of Duty zombies and whatnot. Yeah,
very different. I mean, of course, zombies are zombies, but I guess with Call of Duty zombies, they rarely ever run at you, aside from I think Advanced Warfare. So that's you're used to like being able to you move faster than the zombies in those games, but in this game that's not really the case. They definitely move faster than you, especially the ones that like jump at you and stuff like that. They move quite fast, and it's quite terrifying at times.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think there's any special infected in the Call of Duty area, unlike in this one. But yeah,
there's some, I think, but yeah, there's none aside from Advanced Warfare. That was the only one that I remember where they run at you. Aside from that, they all move slow. There's some that are like actually I think for Cold War, maybe it was Cold War. It might have been Vanguard actually, where there was some tanks that would spawn and they'd have miniguns, and yes, they were zombies. But yeah, nothing at all like the speed at which that they moved in this game. In a way, I think Left 4 Dead is a very different game in terms of I lost the word because Rainbow Six Siege just started playing and I don't know why. But yeah, no, very different kind of game in terms of zombies. Of course, there's zombies, but very different play styles, very different speed at which the game goes, and honestly, the campaign is very different from trying to stay alive, pretty much, which is almost the vast majority of Call of Duty zombies.
Yeah, I definitely think that Left 4 Dead is more of a co-op shooter, to the fact where if you get left alone, you're kind of screwed. If, let's say, a jockey or a hunter or a smoker find you, you get dragged off from the group, and then it's like, well, exactly. I'm dead.
Yeah, you never like lose control in the other zombie games I've played, which probably is only Call of Duty. But yeah, like there was never anything that would jump on you and you couldn't fight it off. It was always, like they move slow. Like very, very occasionally they have guns, but almost never. But yeah, that's about it. Like nothing would ever grab you and pull you towards it, and like you can't move. Nothing would ever jump on you, something like that. So I think very different kinds of games. But honestly, I think I enjoyed Left 4 Dead more than I enjoyed most zombies that I played in Call of Duty.
Well, at the same time, I mean, you could literally make Left 4 Dead Call of Duty Zombies because of the amount of mods that you could put on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we went around putting on a couple of maps just near the top. I guess we went with one series of maps specifically because there were so many maps from it. I don't even remember the name of the map now off the top of my head.
Glove-tastic.
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 So I don't even know how to explain what we played. I'm gonna be honest. That was it.
Well, there was no like interconnected thing between them. It was just very random, very weird. But honestly, the later games of Glove-tastic, they were pretty fun. I mean, it was like there was one in which you were basically ice skating for the vast majority of it. That was pretty fun. It was different. It was nothing like the normal campaign, but it was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. I actually want to play that again.
Yeah, I'd be down to play that again. There was another one that was Air Force Club, which was honestly probably the best one. It was like the most actually complete, I'd say, of all of those. And then there was the other one where it's like a straight line and like there's cars around you and stuff. That was also fun. But I think it went in the one where it was a straight line was the second one we played, but it was the first one in which I could actually play because the Glove-tastic one I kept getting kicked. But that one was fun.
Yeah.
Then there was the ice one, and that was honestly more fun. Then it was the Air Force one. And I feel like I might have had a little bit more fun with the ice one, but the Air Force one was definitely more of a complete like campaign style game. But to be honest, we never really finished, so who knows?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to probably get around to that eventually. I don't think that'd be an upload, though.
Yeah.
Or maybe we'll have an extra episode. I don't know. Probably not.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. We're still working things out. Alex
works on the videos, so if everybody wants that and you don't get it, blame Alex.
Yeah.
Simple as that. But all in all, I mean, I think this is like, in my opinion, Left 4 Dead is the perfect zombies game. It has good co-op action, good co-op multiplayer. It has a reason to be multiplayer, which is nice, and that's probably one of the first times that a multiplayer game had that. Back in the day was where it was like full on multiplayer, like you can't leave each other's side. If you do, someone's gonna die, kind of thing. You have to trust one another. It was definitely I love it. I love Left 4 Dead, and I'm so glad that I got to play it when I was younger.
Yeah,
I think I wouldn't say Left 4 Dead is the reason I became a Valve fanboy. I think the reason I became a Valve fanboy was because of Portal. But
yeah,
which if anybody's wondering, we'll probably get around to playing Portal 2 eventually.
Is that multiplayer? I think I've only played one. Okay.
How have you only played one?
I don't play Valve games.
Only played one. There's no. I refuse to believe that is the only one you played.
That is the truth. I don't have either of them on Steam. I've only played one on the Xbox in the game room at our university. That's it.
Why
for like
do they
30
have
minutes.
One at the?
I don't know. That's all I've ever played.
I am so bothered by what you have just said.
This guy will not forget about this for a while. That'll be our next game.
They did not only play one at the.
They might have had two, but all I had was one. Somebody got it for me and was like, "Yeah, you need to play this." And I was like, "All right."
Play one? Why would you play one? That's no.
They might have only had one.
One's not terrible.
It was fun. It was very unique and just like you have to solve problems and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, it's like one of the first ones to come out at the time. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
Portal is such a great series, and on top of that, Portal is the same thing as the other one because Portal is Portal also has
mods,
mods, workshop, all that.
Cool.
So most Valve games are like that, which is absolutely amazing. It's great. I love it. I don't know. It's just a good game series. I think Valve, when they work on any of their games, just makes it absolute perfection with it. We don't talk about the card game they made recently because that was horrible. But yeah, perfectly fine game. But yeah, well, what kind of rating do you think you would give this game?
God, I don't want to go with the one that I feel like we've used a lot, which is kind of 8 out of 10. Because I mean, like, I feel like I just haven't played it enough. but I think it's either an 8 or a 9 out of 10, but I don't feel like I've played it enough to give it more than an 8, so I'm going to stick with 8. But it's definitely not like a 7, so 8, I think 8 out of 10.
I'm gonna put a 9 out of 10 for me.
Fair.
Or honestly, I think I'll go with the 10 out of 10 for that. And I'm thinking about it. It's just a perfect game.
Fair. Yeah.
You can just keep playing it. It's repetitive, which sounds terrible to most people, but like it is to me, it is a perfect game because it doesn't matter where you're at. You can always add stuff on. You can always add stuff on to make it better. It's just
perfect game.
I don't know. In my opinion, I feel like a lot of the time you just kind of have to what's the word? You have to make your game more open source if you want to keep the game alive. And Left 4 Dead is a perfect example of that kind of thing happening. And when they still have 20,000 active players today, that's insane.
Wasn't it 30 actually?
I was around 30. Yeah, I said 20,000 because I was trying to think. I forgot. Anyways,
yeah, no, it was a very fun game. I would definitely recommend it to anybody that likes zombie games, likes to be just absolutely bombarded by different kinds of zombies and everything. It was very fun.
Yeah. Anyways, this has been Byte-Sized Weekly with Bits and Caffeine. If you all would like to check out any of our social medias, check them out at bitsandcaffeine.com. This is a new season for Bits and Caffeine. There's a couple updates coming. Some you may have already noticed. Some that will show up in the next episode. Currently waiting on people to get back to me on those, but we'll wait.
Yep.
Thank you all so much for listening. This is Skylar, Alex. You got anything else left to say, Alex?
Nope. Just we'll see you guys in the next one.
Yeah. Bye-bye.